going to be a question and answer video.
I'm a self-taught fish.
Alfie! You guys don't see much of Alfie nowadays in the videos. Sorry. Millie jumped ahead. He got diagnosed with autism. Ease off that a bit and we'll try it again. And that's a tricky one, isn't it?
Guinea pig. Took me about 20 times to do guinea pig, but I've run out of it.
You did.
Their childhood, where they grew up and stuff, and then like what?
If you provide the resources and the environment for the children, they'll sort of learn on their own. It's just, she's only tiny. Yes, yes. Yes, please take me out. But I never questioned it. Like, they had to take her off me and he had it all moderated. He did really well, didn't you? I'm so proud. It's lovely, just had to do, but it absolutely isn't something you just have to do. And it's the reasons behind choosing home education. You had a favourite topic since you started home ed, and what is it? So do you know any dog versions or Viking versions? My daughter loves dogs and my son loves Vikings and anything history related. What does Millie find best about home education? Question number 3. What advice would you give to learning ABC, numbers and reading? The horse game that Millie's been playing, is it completely safe for children? And is it something that can be done on the Xbox? What would it be?
I'm like a superhero. Look at me.
You do?
Caterpillar woman.
Hello and welcome back to the Home Education Journey UK video. It is Saturday the 12th of October and it's 9:30 in the morning. This is a bit of a different video. This is going to be a question and answer video. So a couple of days ago I put a post on YouTube and also a post on Instagram, and a few of you have commented and asked us questions. So we've got quite a few actually. We've got about 20 questions, so we're going to try and go through as many as we can. It might be in more than one video, well. So if you're, pardon?
They're still coming through.
Yeah, they are.
Sorry,
they are still coming through. So if your question isn't in this video, keep a lookout because we'll be uploading the rest of them over the coming week or so. So I thought we'd get started. The first one we're going to go for is, let's have a look on my laptop. The reasons behind. Pardon?
Looks like half hour's prep for this.
Yeah. To get the camera just right. We'll leave some outtakes in the end if anyone wants a bit of a laugh trying to get the right height of the camera. So there's going to be some, just quick before we do the first question actually. Some are just aimed more at me, some Mills, some of the boys, and some are all of us. Yeah. So there's going to be a good mix in there. So when I edit it, I'll make sure we get a good mix in each of the videos. The first question we're going to go for is one, I suppose, more aimed at me. And it's the reasons behind choosing home education. Some of you might already know this because we have spoke about it in much earlier, and the person who's asked did say apologies if we've already spoken about this in an earlier vlog, but we haven't answered this question for a while. So our reason for home educating was when Alfie was in year 5, he got diagnosed with autism, and we quickly realised that the school wasn't going to provide Alfie with what he needed. The things they were saying they were going to put in place just weren't going to be enough. So me and Lee started looking into home education, which we didn't even know it was an option way back at the start. And I've spoken about this before. I said this is one of the reasons that we started our YouTube channel, because we didn't know it was an option for us. And Alfie spent a lot of years in school really struggling. Once he got his diagnosis of autism, it sort of made a bit more sense as to why that was. And we'd moved areas and moved schools, and the same thing with him being bullied and children being unkind to him happened again. And then we were like, why is that? We've moved school, different areas, and the same patterns are happening again. Then he got his diagnosis of autism, realised the school wasn't going to provide Alfie with what he needed, and so I looked into home education, and we actually were on YouTube looking, and we found Sir Ken Robinson's TED Talk, which I have spoken about before. School kills creativity. Sir Ken Robinson. School kills creativity. It's a TED Talk. I'll link it down below if you haven't seen it. It's so good, and it got both Lee and I questioning a lot of stuff about the schooling system and how it was affecting our children. So we decided very quickly, once we'd watched that we were actually going to take Alfie out of school and try and home educate him. And we took him out, and the difference in his self-esteem, happiness, positivity, it was literally like a light switch overnight. It just changed completely. And so then we thought, actually, the difference in Alfie, I wonder what the impact would be if we took Ted and Millie out. So Ted was in year 3 and Millie was just in reception and Millie had been going and she was quite like, the boys never did that, but Millie, every day I took her in, she was crying, but I never questioned it. Like, they had to take her off me and take her in, and then she was upset and so happy to see me after school, but I never questioned it because, like I said, I just thought it's something that you just have to do, but it absolutely isn't something you just have to do. And so then we spoke to Ted and Millie was like, yes, yes, she was only tiny, yes, 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 please take me out. And Ted wasn't so sure, so we took Millie out, and the difference again in her and her happiness and just the relaxed and just being able to be herself was amazing. And then Ted quickly was like, actually, yeah, I can see what they're doing, it looks really fun, I want to be home educated as well. So we took them all out within a matter of 1 or 2 weeks. And the difference...
I thought that was like a month.
No, it wasn't long, there was probably 2 weeks, I think, the gap. You and then Ted was the last one.
Because Alfie, and then you were giving, because I was in reception.
Yeah.
And took Alfie out, and then I had like, you gave me like, I had like a week until you were going to take me out of school. Yeah. But and then I was going into year 1.
Yeah. You would have after the summer holidays.
Year 1.
No.
And then I was like, Mum, just take me out now, please.
So it was quite a quick decision, really. We didn't really plan it and research it for months and months and months. It was like, oh, this is a thing. Then we looked at it, and within a couple of days we're like, yeah, let's just do it. So that was the reason behind our home educating, and we haven't looked back since. And I've always said if the kids wanted to go back to school, they could, but none of them ever wanted to go back to school, and I can't see that being the case change anytime soon. But if they did, obviously we're always open to that, it's always their choice. So yeah, that's question 1, why we chose to home educate in the first place. Let's go on to question 2. Right, question...
We want to go smaller.
Question number 2 is actually aimed for Millie, and it's have you had a favourite topic, because we spoke about Millie doing more topic work, have you had a favourite topic since you started home ed, and what is it? So when we do our topic work, what has been, when we put it on the board and stuff, what has been your favourite one or favourite ones that we've done over the years?
We did Vikings, was quite good. We did World War 2 and World War 1, which is, I've really enjoyed that. Quite big fly, not a little fly. And caterpillars is quite good because we get them every year, don't we? The caterpillar and butterfly topic, we've done that more recent, haven't we? Yeah. Well, we get the caterpillars every year. We get the caterpillars every year, but this is the first year of it. But you're enjoying it, aren't you?
Yeah, it's good. I'm really good. I feel like I'm good at it.
Yeah, you definitely are. And it's just gone.
Topic on it.
That we actually did a topic on it, so you quite enjoyed that one, did you? Yeah. You much prefer topic work, don't you? Because
we made like little things for it, don't we, and stuck it on the wall.
Yeah, we always do, when we do topic work, we always do a display, and I think that makes it exciting, doesn't it? That we show what we're learning and make it all colourful.
Little tiny eggs.
Like
I don't
that.
know what I'm doing. They're like...
So if you had to pick one favourite one, what would it be?
I'm like a superhero. Look at me.
You do?
Caterpillar woman. I don't know, because I can't remember. Like, I know that I like the Vikings and World War 2, but I can't remember how much I like them, you know?
It was a longer time ago, wasn't it?
It was a longer time. It's probably caterpillars and butterflies one.
Caterpillars and butterflies is your
I really
favourite.
enjoyed making the little things for it, painting them and stuff.
And we did a booklet on it as well, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Which is on Etsy, which you enjoyed doing that, didn't you, as well, and colouring all that in. So, caterpillars and butterflies has been Millie's favourite topic.
And moths.
And moths, yeah, moths were included in that as well, weren't they?
Yeah.
Next question, question number 3. What advice would you give to learning ABC, numbers and reading? And then also, what does Millie find best about home education? So I'll answer the first bit. You can, if you've got something else to add to it, you can add to it. And then you can answer the second bit. So, for learning ABC, numbers and reading, the boys always learnt at school.
I taught myself.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Sorry. Millie jumped ahead of my story. Yeah, the boys always learn it at school because they obviously didn't come out until year 3 and year 5. Millie only did a bit of reception, and I always just assumed that it was sort of like the way the school did it is how everyone has to learn to read. But then when we took Millie out, I've always read stories to the children, always been reading stories. It's something we've always done since little, looking at books, but not looking at books and spelling out the words, me just reading stories to them, showing them the pictures. So when she came out of school, I just carried on with that. I didn't get the books where you progress like you do at school. It was just, here's some books, let's just read the stories. And Millie just taught herself. It just happened. there was no like schedule or anything like that, was there?
When I was playing Roblox, because we used to play like Roblox for like an hour a day.
Yeah,
every day.
Without comments, by the way. We don't have comments on Roblox. Yeah.
But I learned a couple of words from like my iPad and stuff, didn't I?
Through like Minecraft.
Yeah.
There's like on Minecraft especially, so there's signs and stuff like that. And Millie wanted to obviously learn what the words were on the screen.
It's annoying.
And she just learned. I don't know how. And I was just amazed. Like one day we started to read and she just knew all of the words, and it just seemed to happen overnight. It was really crazy, but we never actually, like I said, sat down. The only thing she did do was reading eggs. I'll try and link that down below, because you did that.
Reading eggs is good.
Yeah, you did that for a while, didn't you? But it's more like a game. So there's reading eggs and there's math seeds, and you really enjoyed that for a couple of years. They sponsored it, didn't they, a while back? Yeah. Not anymore, but you really enjoyed that. You were probably about 5 or 6 years old. And they go through and they do letters and stuff, but in a game form. So I would definitely recommend that. That's the only other thing she really did. Like I said, we never...
how to swim as well.
You did teach us how to swim. It's really, it's funny actually, because watching the boys and then watching Millie, the boys did like swimming lessons and all that sort of stuff at school and outside of school, whereas Millie has had a different sort of upbringing from the word go, because she really wasn't in school for very long. And so it's really amazing to see how she's taught herself to swim, she's taught herself to read, all those things she's done herself, because there was a passion and a reason for her to need to do that for her, and not because she was being led. So I really believe that if you provide the resources and the environment for the children, they'll sort of learn on their own. It's just about you providing the right sorts of things. And actually, out of Millie and the boys, Millie likes reading the most now. She enjoys books the most, and I do think that's because the fun hasn't been taken out of it, because she's been allowed to explore it and play with it as and when she's been ready, rather than it being, you're now 5, you now need to know these words. So that's, I would definitely say, more child egg I would encourage for the ABCs and for the numbers and the reading. Just enjoy the books with the children. Don't say you need to read this, just read the stories and point to the pictures and make it fun and engaging is definitely my advice on learning ABC, numbers and reading. Millie has always done the scholastic, which I've mentioned before, for English and maths. Really, yeah, and they are good, aren't they? You enjoy them. Yeah. And they start right from year 1, and at the end of each one you get a certificate as well. So that's a fun thing you can include, but I wouldn't be stressing over and all that sort of stuff like you'd go through if they're in school. Anything else you want to add to that bit before you answer the question that should have asked? Do you agree with how that's how you've learnt with reading and stuff?
Yeah, I've just sort of learnt on my own, because it gets to the point where you get like frustrated that you can't understand stuff.
Yeah.
Because it's just frustrating, because you can't like, you don't know how to spell stuff, and you can't like read stuff properly. It gets really annoying and frustrating. So you want to sort of, so you get to the age where you sort of want to start doing that.
Yeah.
And otherwise it's just annoying when you can't read properly and you can't like say the words. Sometimes I couldn't say some of the words, could I?
No, but even like now as well, when you're doing your writing, or when you're writing a letter to some of your little pen pals that you've got on here, or whenever you're doing something, if Millie doesn't know a word, she'll just be like, how do you spell that? And I'll just spell it out to her, and then she'll know it then the next time, or the next time after. That's a tricky one, isn't it?
Guinea pig. Talking about 20 times to do guinea pig, but I was right out to do it.
We did. When we first started Home Ed right at the start, we did try and go on Twinkle and get the age appropriate spellings off and print them off, and they'd learn them for a week. Because at first, you did, didn't you? Because at first I was sort of trying to replicate school, and so I was like, right, we need to print off all of the words, and they would learn them for a week. And you enjoyed it, but it wasn't actually that you were learning them as such. It's like memorising them for a test and then forgetting them. Whereas if actually, when you come across a word you don't understand, if you say, Mum, how do you spell that? I'll just spell it out for her, and she's picked up the word so much better that way. Yeah, so I think that covers that.
It's like, instead of like knowing that you're learning, because when you know that you're learning, you know that you have to remember it for something, and then you just forget about it again. But when you don't know that you're sort of learning about it, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you like don't when you don't know that you're learning, it goes in better.
Yeah. When you sit down, you're like, you've got to learn these words now, and then we're going to stop, and that's it. For us, that isn't how Home Ed works. You learn it all the time, so it's not saying you're learning now. It's just incorporating it in
the way that it works for you,
or including it into just in how it works for the kids, and including it into everyday living, as in like, let's just read a book together, and they'll pick up on things if they're interested in the book. So yeah. That's the answers for those questions.
Which has been about 6 minutes.
It has. I said we'll do a few videos, I think. Because I'd rather go into depth with all the questions, so you guys are definitely like hopefully getting the answers out and their honest answers.
And also maths as well. I picked up maths really well.
Yes, that was another thing actually, because you didn't like maths for a very long time.
And then we got Polly.
Yeah.
Now I like maths.
Exactly, but I also didn't push it. So if she got upset with maths, I'd just leave it, and it's something that I've never pushed. I've just been like, okay, she's not as keen on that, and we keep doing a page every now and again and then leaving it for a bit and going back to it. And recently it has just clicked and she's just getting it so much easier. So I'm so glad I didn't spend that time really forcing, no, you need to sit here and you need to learn this today because you need to learn this by the time you're 6 or by the time you're 7. It's just, okay, you don't know that now, you don't want to, you're not enjoying that right now, we'll ease off that a bit and we'll try it again. And I'm so glad we did that because it has just clicked now and you're picking up all the new things we're learning so much quicker, aren't you? And you're not getting stressed over it.
No.
And it's not an anxiety of Millie's anymore.
There was one of the things where I was like, we did some stuff for my book and then I was like, well, I haven't really like properly learned it yet, because some of the things in the book is like, it tells you something but then the next page it goes on to something else. I said to Mum, can I have something so I can like learn it better? Because I wanted to like, because I sort of knew how to do it but I was enjoying doing it and there wasn't like I didn't like properly understand it, so I wanted to have more. Yeah,
there wasn't enough questions. It went on to another topic and Millie was like, I haven't quite grasped that yet. So then I went on to Twinkle and printed off some more of the same sort of questions and then you were like, yeah, I've got it now, didn't you? So that's really, really, really cool. And there was another question in that as well. Also, what does Millie find the best about home education? Can you pick just one thing?
The freedom of it, I think.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about this question for a long time. The freedom of it.
The freedom.
Just the freedom of home ed. To be able to put maths back down again and then pick it up later on and do reading when you want to, and you know, just like, it doesn't have to be like, okay, this time we're gonna sit down to do this and then after that we're gonna go for a walk and then after that we're gonna sit down and do some more work for about 2 hours and then we're gonna do more. It's like, if like it's sort of like, okay, well we're gonna go for a walk now and then see if you want to do that. But if you don't, then you can do your other thing that you need to do today. And Mum sort of leaves us to do it. She says as long as we do it in the day, she doesn't mind when we do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always been
quiet time as well.
Pardon?
We always have quiet time.
You like that, do you?
I like quiet time.
Yeah, we've done that right from the word go. We've always had like an hour in the middle of the day after lunch for some quiet time where everyone just goes and has an hour, including myself, to do whatever we need to do, because being on top of each other all the time can be
a bit stressful.
Yeah, stressful or just a bit. I mean, think at school you've got no choice and you've got to be there for the whole day and there's not that time to go and take yourself away and be quiet. So it's something we've always done and you really enjoy that, don't you? Like, I'm just gonna, and we'd still say now, I'm just gonna go and have quiet time, and it's something we've always done. Yeah. So the freedom.
And at night as well, we have quiet time before we go to bed.
Yeah.
That's sometimes we have quiet time in the morning.
Lots of quiet time.
When you can't get out of bed, then when you just call it quiet time.
But that's a good thing, isn't it? With home ed, you can have as much quiet time. So the best thing the thing you like most about home education is the freedom.
Yes. Then what did that then? Oh, my head went up. Yes! Yes!
So that's it. So to summarise that, the thing that Millie likes best is the freedom that comes with home ed, and learning ABCs, reading and numbers, mainly just take that pressure off and just include it by reading and doing books and offering resources without putting too much pressure on it. Yeah?
Yeah.
That sums question number 3.
We've been talking for 9 minutes. Oh my gosh, we've been talking for 10 minutes about that one question.
I can't do
that.
Thanks. Question number 4 is that on here?
No,
the horse game that Millie's been playing, is it completely safe for children, and is it something that can be done on the Xbox? So it is completely safe for children, isn't it? The game that you play. There's no conversation or messaging people, is there?
No, unless
comments.
Well, on on Minecraft, you can do this thing where you only set up so friends can join you. So you friend people on Minecraft, and you can only have it where friends can join you.
Yeah.
And you can go on the chat and message, but you don't have to.
Oh.
It shows up on the screen, on the side of the screen. But yeah, and yeah, so yeah, only, you can only message friends on there.
So
unless you have Realm on Minecraft, you can have friends that have friends, and then their friends can join that realm. So you can have whoever is in there. But with Worlds, you can only have friends that can join you, and I don't think their friends can join them. It's only your friends that can join you. I don't think that's the case anyway. So only your friends can message you on Minecraft.
Yeah, so we're
friends with them.
I'm quite strict on stuff like that. So Millie has Roblox. I know it's not the horse thing, but just quickly, Millie has Roblox and she doesn't have comments on speaking to other people, because for me, you don't know who that person is. So I'm really strict on that. So anything that you see Millie playing on any of our YouTube videos is completely safe for children, because otherwise she wouldn't be on them. She wouldn't be on them. So yeah, it is completely safe. It's called Swim, isn't it?
It's called Swim. It's Star Worm Equestrian Mod. It's
called what?
Star Worm Equestrian Mod.
But it's not available
it's only on PC,
the Xbox.
Java edition.
Yeah, it's got to be Java edition, which is only on the PC. So Millie plays it on the Mac, don't you? Unfortunately, and the question also says that do you know any dog versions or Viking versions? My daughter loves dogs and my son loves Vikings and anything history related. Thank you. P.S. Love your channel and your lovely family. Keep being you. Oh, that's very sweet. We love comments like that. Does my heart good. Is there a dog version or a Viking version?
There isn't a dog version, but on Bedrock Edition, the normal, the edition, Bedrock Edition on Minecraft, which is probably the edition that you have if you don't have Java, there are mods. I think they've started to put mod packs in, and you can have like a dog edition, and even on PC, like Java edition, you can have dog mods and stuff. Some of them do cost money.
Can you on the Xbox?
You can on the Xbox, yeah, on Bedrock Edition. I don't think there's as many, but you can get mod packs, which is basically, yeah, I think you can do it.
How do you get them? Shall I ask Ted?
I think when you go on, there should be the shop.
We'll ask Ted that in a sec. Well, just at the end of this question, I'll go and grab Ted and I'll ask him because we're not 100% sure. Was that it for that question? That's it for that question anyway. So I think.
But there is dog mod pack.
There is dog mod packs.
It might cost money.
Mod packs.
Mod packs.
I'll go and grab Ted and we'll quickly ask him that now. So just bear with for 1 sec. So I've just spoken to Ted, and rather than chatting about it, we thought we'd actually just show you. So this isn't the one that Millie plays, this is the on Xbox. But if you go to the main screen like that, and then go down to Marketplace. And then where'd you go, Ted's? That's as far as I know.
You can go to search and then type
at the top, search at the top, and then you can type anything. So Ted a minute ago just went on and typed in Vikings, which you do again now. Loads come up, and
you can
there's loads of different packs. You have to pay for them, don't you?
Yeah, but if you want, like, say for example a wild, instead of skins, you can do that. You can do a filter,
and then you have to pay for. So if you click on one of them, do you then have to? So if you were to click on one, you'd then have to pay for it, would you? So that's 0.79p.
Yeah.
For that one, but then you get a whole world of Vikings.
Yeah.
There's loads of Vikings on there.
That's the description.
Pardon? Oh. Yeah, that's the description about it there. So we've never actually played the Vikings ones, but when we read the comment we just typed in Vikings just to give an example, and that is on the Xbox, and that'll be child friendly as well, won't it? Because Minecraft is.
Yeah. So
it'll all be child friendly. So yeah, definitely I'll go and worth having a look. Is there anything if you type dogs in?
There'll be loads.
Yeah, loads and loads. Wowzers. There we go. Right, last question for this video, and we have Alfie! You guys don't see much of Alfie nowadays in the videos, but you see little tiny Alfie, but we've got Alfie with us for this question. So, the question is, can you tell me more details of the Arts Award that Alfie takes part in? So, I'll quickly just explain where we've got ours from, and then Alfie can explain what it's looked like so far, because it's very much Alfie's gone off and done it on his own. And with Millie, obviously, I help her with things, whereas Alfie and Ted now are much more just do it on their own and crack on with it. So we do the Arts Award through the £2 tuition hub, which I'll link down below. It's an hour for a week, but then there's work on top of that Alfie has to do outside of that hour's lesson. I mean, it lasts for the full year, and then at the end of it, it gets sent off for moderation, and then you get your certificate. And Alfie, you got your certificate, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
You recently just had it through, so you did do well, didn't you, with your bronze one? Really good, really super proud. And now he's on to the silver one, so it's the same again, an hour a week, but the silver does look a bit different, but Alfie can explain that in a minute. And then he'll get a certificate at the end of it, and then you go on to doing your gold. And it'll be the same again, so it's like over 3 years. You don't have to do it on the £2 tuition. There's so many people out there that you can go through to do it, and now send it off for moderation if you just search for Arts Award. There's loads of different people out there that do it, but we chose £2 tuition hub because it's only £2 a week, and it was one of the cheaper options for us, and Alfie likes £2 tuition anyway because we've used that for a couple of years and it works well for him, so we just sort of went down that route. So basically, like I said, he's already done the Bronze Award. What did that look like, Chick? How was it structured?
So for the Bronze Arts Award, it's split into 3 sections. So you've got part A, B, C, and D. So sorry, it's split into 4 parts. Part A is like an arts activity that you do, and you have to sort of document your progress in like how you're getting better at this art skill that you're doing. So for example, for me, because we did art in the lessons, I just sort of used the art that we did in the lessons for part A and showed how I progressed as we carried on doing the different techniques that we learned and stuff. So for example, we did acrylic painting, and I just documented how I got better at that throughout the lessons that we did. For part B, you have to go to like an art experience, so something like a pantomime is what I chose, or you can go to like a gig or anything like that, a museum, anything like along the lines of going to like an experience in the arts and stuff. I did the pantomime, and then after you've been to that experience, you kind of document it, make a review about what you liked, what you didn't like, how you felt about it, what you think could have been improved, what was good, what was bad. And you just sort of like make a mini review on that.
And send photos as well, didn't you? You sent photos in for that
Yeah.
one.
I forgot what part C is. I know what
Was
part
that
D
the
is.
artist?
Yeah, it was, yeah. So part C is when you... part C is when you have an artist that you study. So you go and find an artist that you're inspired by, and then you'll go and do loads of research about them. Like their childhood, where they grew up and stuff, and then like what made them become like the artists that they are. And you know, you can do that through like you could do a YouTube video like talking about them, or you could write a little like, what I did is I wrote like a little sort of like a poster, and then I had like all the facts about them, where they grew up and how they became the artists that they were. You just do loads of research about their background, what inspired them, and basically how they got to like where they are to be successful in what kind of art form they're doing. And for part D...
Before you go into part D, just quickly, because this might help people who are doing the bronze one, when you did the part C, the first artist you chose was
Banksy.
Banksy, but there's actually not much...
There's no info on Banksy, no. He's anonymous.
He's anonymous, so there's no info on him. So when it comes to actually doing the research, because you like Banksy's work, don't you? So you're like, I'll do Banksy. But then when it come to do the research on it, we were a bit like, it's going to be difficult.
Yeah.
So you changed your artist, didn't you? So it's worth just bearing in mind and making sure there's plenty of info out there for you to do your research. Yeah, go on then, darling, carry on. Sorry, part D.
Yeah, and so for part D, you have to like teach someone like an art skill. So I taught my grandma, like you can teach whoever you want, like, you know, whether it's a big group, a small group, you can run like a workshop if you want, or just teach one person some kind of art skill, at least one person, like an art form. So for example, you could teach someone how to draw, or like if you can play an instrument, like teach them how to play the instrument, or teach them a couple of techniques. It doesn't have to be how to play the instrument, just teach them a couple of notes from an instrument. Or, you know, I taught my grandma how to draw like cartoon style animals, and that was enough. And you just then write, you have to detail your plan quite to like every little detail is pointed out. Yeah, and then and then you write it out, and then they leave you a review as well about how you taught. So it's basically just, you know, seeing if you can get your point across and express your art skills to someone else, and like you can teach them a skill.
And I just stood there, didn't I, while she was teaching Grandma how to draw this little giraffe. It was very simple, but Granny's not very good at drawing, bless her, is she? So you were just telling her step by step, and as Alfie was telling her, I was just taking photos, and we just uploaded them, didn't we? And then we uploaded your drawing and Granny's drawing, and then you just wrote a bit about it, didn't you?
And then wrote different, like the differences and different steps as well, actually, how to do it. So I explained sort of how I taught her in different steps, because that was easier than just showing her the image and then telling her to draw it. Like I did it next to her, and I like did it step by step. So for example, you draw the shape of the animal, then you shade it, then you colour it in and then you shade it, stuff like that. So it's gradual and it's easy to digest in that kind of way.
Yeah, it was quite simple, wasn't it? Because you were a bit more nervous about, oh my gosh, at the start when they explained and broke it down, it was like, oh my gosh, I've got to teach someone an art form, which was a bit overwhelming. I've spoke to a few people who have done it and they've said that their children found that a bit overwhelming, but just to break it down, it can be super simple. So they can teach your sibling as long as you record what they're doing, and then at the end of it they've learned something. And Grandma she was really proud of her giraffe. She was like, oh look what I've done. Bless her, she was so chuffed at the end of it, and it was nice to see that Alfie had taught her that. So yeah, it doesn't have to be as detailed, does it, as what you think.
No.
And then, so then Alfie's got, like I say, his certificate, and he had it all moderated. He did really well, didn't you? I'm so proud. It's lovely to have the certificate after doing a year of something. And then, so this September, you've gone on to the silver one, which is different, isn't it? This one's more intense, isn't it? And there's more to it, if I've understood what you've told me right.
It's more, you've got to do more work for yourself. So with part A, the teacher was like, you know, you have a skill that you want to develop on. Whatever that is, but this time you've got to set yourself for like part A. In this silver.
In the bronze one was easy. It was more lead, and then the part A in silver
is more difficult. And I'm talking about part A in silver here. So with part A in silver, you have to make your own plan as to what you want to do for part A. So you have to progress in an art skill, but you have to plan the whole thing yourself. So for example, what I've done is, because I started a fashion course on the Centre of Excellence, I said, well, okay, I'll set myself the challenge of becoming more knowledgeable about fashion design, and by the end of the course being able to sew a piece of clothing or like an accessory. So that was my challenge, and you have to sort of record if you're progressing towards that end goal. If you're not, if you need to change something, if you need to note that down, you get a little template of a plan that you can write on to sort of, what's the word, like structure your and get an idea of what you want to do for your plan. And you have to sort of like write it all down before you start, so you've got like a clear step-by-step thing on how to get to your end goal. And yeah, so I'm doing that currently with the fashion design on Centre of Excellence, and it's going really well actually.
It worked quite well, didn't it?
They worked really well together.
You started them at the same time, didn't you, which worked really well. But it doesn't have to be art, it can be music, can't it? And
yeah,
stuff
it can
like
be anything,
that.
yeah. So it doesn't have to be visual art, it can be like fashion design, music. As long as it's got like a creative kind of like twist to it. If you're creating things like creatively, if that makes, I don't know if that makes sense.
Any sort of creative art.
As long as you're creating something creative, then it works for Arts Award.
Hopefully they heard that over my cough, and I've got a frog in my throat. And so is the silver one broke down into 4 parts as well?
Yeah, so it's still broken into the different sections. So then you've also got like the, you know, you've got to do research on an artist again, but it is, instead of an artist you just find on like Wikipedia, it's like an artist you know that you can actually talk to. I don't know what I'm going to do for that yet, but basically what you have to do is you have to like have an actual convo with like an artist that you know, either over email or like in person if you know one in real life. But like, you have to sort of like get their life story and how they got to where they are from them, and you know, you have to actually be there and talk to them, either, you know, have a conversation with them, which is obviously a big step up from like just researching someone, because you actually got to find someone and talk to them about it and stuff. So it can be a lot harder to get that done. But you know, I've lost my train of thought.
You can do it on email though, can't you?
Yeah, you can do it on email, yeah.
You can email, you don't have to, if you're not as confident, like you don't have to speak to them in person. You can send emails and stuff like that, but it's more of an interview rather than just researching.
That's it, yeah, interview, that's the word.
Interview, that's alright. And then what were the other parts though? There was 4 parts for the first one, wasn't there? There was the artwork.
Yeah, so
the research of an artist. Do you have to go somewhere again?
Yeah, so again you have to do, but they recommend you do more than one.
Okay.
So you go to like the art performances and stuff, you obviously write the reviews, that's all the same, but you do more than one. And so, you know, and again it can be any kind of art form, it's just that you've got to do more than one or a few just to get like the idea across that you're like doing a broad like kind of range of like a broad range of stuff.
Yeah.
And the next one is you know, sharing your art skills again. I'm not really quite clear on this one because we've not spoke about it much in the lessons yet. But
still quite at the start of
this
year,
I've only been. This is only the first block just ended.
It's only a couple of weeks in.
Yeah, but for the you know, doing the art share thing, you've got to do like a group of people, more than one person. I think.
Okay.
So you know, instead of just doing one person, if you were really shy, you now have to do more than one person. It can just be it can be a group of people. It could be like your family, or like a group of friends. It doesn't have to be like anything massive, because it won't be for me. I'm not going to do anything massive. But like, you just have to teach a group of people how to do a specific task and sort of like monitor how they progress in that as well. So it's almost like you're giving someone an art, you're giving someone a part A challenge from bronze.
Yeah.
You teach them the skills, and then you see how they progress, and then you leave you a review afterwards, see how their skills have progressed. And yeah, that's the part C, just like teaching a group of people instead of just one person, if that's what you chose.
So that's how it's got harder, that's how it gets more difficult, because
it's more like everything is the same concept, it's just that it's more not difficult, it's more like in depth, and like you've got to do it on your own kind of thing. And
I should imagine then, we don't know because we haven't done it yet, but then I would imagine the gold is it's the same steps, like but even more in depth at the end of it. But you're enjoying it, aren't you?
Yeah, it's good. I'm really good. I feel like I'm good at it.
Yeah, you definitely are. And we've showed some of your artwork in the vlogs and stuff in the past, and it definitely is something you're good at. And you love the design course that you're doing as well, so it links really well together, doesn't it?
Yeah, they do link. I'm actually really happy that I've started the fashion course, because I can actually link the two together, and it really works.
And then the big part of your home ed at the minute is doing those two things and linking it together, isn't it? Is that, I think that's about everything?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah? Okay. There you go, I hope that helps. We've been talking for 13 minutes, so if you don't understand the Arts Award, I think Alfie's done an amazing job of explaining it, so that's, yeah. Can you tell us more details about the Arts Award with Alfie?
We're going to swim in half an hour.
We are going to swim in half an hour.
We're going to town in half an hour.
Yeah, and then swimming, and Ted's going to the gym with Dad, so Millie's got some snacks. We're going to finish this one here. I think that's 5 questions we've got through. I hope you found plenty of information on this video. We are going to record another couple. We might do another 1 or 2. I think it depends how long each one goes into how much detail. But we'll end this one here. So they're nice short, well not shortish videos, rather than it being like a 2-3 hour video. I always think it's best to do them in little stages. So we hope you've enjoyed it and found these questions helpful. If you enjoy the question and answer videos, always feel free to ping more questions down below, and if they're too much for me to reply on comments, then I can always get another list ready to do another one of these in the future after I've done these ones. Hang on, because we're going to end it quick. Just wait.
My hands, I don't want to like...
Oh, okay. Sticky hands.
I'm excited for town.
Yes, we are.
I'm excited for town.
Very excited. I'm swimming, you love swimming, don't you? Right.
I'm a little fish.
You are a little fish.
I'm a self-taught fish.
A self-taught fish. Right. As always, thank you for watching this video, and we'll see you all for another question and answer one in the next couple of days. See you all soon. Thumbs up. Do you want to do a kiss?
Yeah.
It's your thing, isn't it, to do that? Ready? Bye.
Bye. Don't forget to subscribe. Boop. Boop. What's wrong with this? He didn't even get it in.
Let's try and get one from this angle as well, because I thought it looked quite cool from this angle.
Artie's look really white in this camera. There we go.
It looks like it's a bit different to how it was a minute ago for some reason. You don't think it is?
Maybe it is, but yeah.
It is different.
I think it's on the door. I think it was like that before. Yeah, I think it was like that before.
Was it? It's different.
Was it like that?
I don't know. Right, let's try it.
It's fine. Mouth hurts. This is all gonna be on YouTube. This is what we do before we start recording. We're going to swim later on. We're going into town after we do this.
Pardon?
We're going into town after we do this.
Oh, it's all on camera, isn't it, so far?
It's all on camera so far, yeah. It's all on camera.
Pardon?
We're speaking about our white teeth.
On camera.
And trying to that photo.
Let's get then just a screenshot that we can use. So just.
I'm really pale.
You know, just for this. For the
if people are in this, yeah, people like log on and they can just see us going.
Yeah.
At the camera like that.
Thing.
Is that good?
Do you think that's good?
Yeah.
Or does it look a bit weird?
I think it looks a bit weird. It's fine.
Pardon?
It's fine. Put it on me.
Yeah, I think you put it up there.
There we go.
That's
that's
annoying.
very zoomed in.
Why has it done that for?
Because when it goes into the camera, this is how it's gonna. For God's sake. Oh God. Yeah, it's gonna cut off 4 and off.
Does it matter that my head's cut off?
Yeah, it's gonna be annoying to people. Good to have your head like this. Looking really nice.
Hello. I need a smaller stool.
Hello.
Is the stool slightly smaller?
No, it's the same height. If you fall back, if you just sit all the way at the back of the kitchen, then you'll be fine. Golden.
Golden?
Golden, live on like a golden.
This is like building, see how high we can build it before the camera falls.
Before we think it's too high, and then we have to cut this bit in half. That's gonna be too high, I think. Right? No, that's fine.
That might be good.
That's good. It's good. We're using like, we've got a celebrations box, we've got a ham and bead box, and we've got Alfie's.
Yeah. 3 things. Let's try.
Is that too high? Is that good? Is that too high?
No, I think that's good. We should go with that. I think that looks good. It looks fairly straight.
Right.
Yeah?
I'm actually going to start now.
What, we're on question 5?
Yeah, no, question 4.
I'll just put last question for this
Question
video.
4.